Hey guys, Alpha 9 here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another Flight Simulator 2024 video. Today we are flying the Airbus A330 and this is gonna be a full flight just to show you how to set your plan in the plane system. So I'm no pro, I'm not a real pilot. This is what I have learned. So this is what I want to share with you. And we'll give you some tips when I remember them. Anyway, a neat feature here, I didn't find it with the Boeing, but it's right here in the Airbus, where you can use the sim brief directly in the plane. Basically, you can go to the simbrief.com and create an account, make a flight plan, and download it directly to the plane. As you can see here, I already have my plan set up and we are flying from Germany to France. So this is gonna be a 50-ish or 60-ish nautical miles flight. First things first, you need to make sure that you have your pilot ID, which you can get from your SimBrief account, and to set it in the plane here. Then you can download the plan. As you can see, we are flying from Frankfurt, Maine to Charles de Gaulle, and when it comes to the payload, same, you can get it from SimBrief, as you can see, and now it gives you how much fuel and all this stuff. You go to the takeoff, make sure that you choose the runway you are taking off from, synchronize, and then calculate, and it will give you the V1, VR, V2 information. You can send it to the FMGS like this, and make sure also to have the rudder controls tiller set to yes, otherwise you will not be able to use the wheel, the steering wheel at the nose to get out of the runway. You will have a hard time, so make sure that it's yes, and auto tiller disconnect, it's by default on yes. Now let's go back here, and we need to insert those information to the FMS here. If you have any messages here, make sure to press on clear till you have nothing. Then we press on FM1 and wait for system response. And once we get here, we go to the initialization. We set our coast index 100, and the flight cruise is 2400. For me, this is depend on your flight plan. Flight number is not important, I just set this number by default. Now the most important thing is from where to where we are going. So basically we are leaving EDDF slash LFPG, and we set this here, and we are set. We go to the flight plan right here, and we go to the EFDD. We need to choose the departure runway, which is 0R, and we choose the non-star. We insert, simple as that. Then we go down below to the LFPG. It's our destination airport. We select it and we set the arrival. We choose the runway we are landing to, which is the 09L. Just let me make sure. Yes, it is. We check it out. We choose a non-star. We insert, and as you can see, the plane is making some adjustments when it comes to the altitude, to the speed, because we will be flying with autopilot. Now, lots of people complain that the plane is losing the flight plan at certain point. This is because if you come to your FMC or FMS here, if you go down and you check, you will have discontinuity in the plan. You need to remove this. Otherwise, once the plane reach this, the autopilot will have no idea where to go. So we press on clear and we clear that point, and now we have a full flight right there. Also, what we need to do, we go to the performance here, and as you can see, we have those numbers, the blue ones, which are the one we sent to the plane from the takeoff. We pressed here, and those information were sent to the plane. We need to set those 156 at V1, 160 at VR, and 161 at V2. We all set. Now we set the flaps. Press on here. You can put the temperature and other stuff, but it's not needed in my opinion. So basically now we have a full flight plan ready to go. Just make sure you set the Q and H. We can get this from here. And I found that something is not accurate. As you can see, the Q and H here is 1033. Just to make sure, EDDF search, and right here it's the same. In some areas where I used this, it gave me another number, not the same as this one. Anyway, let's set this here. Yeah, and you will get this wording because you need to set both stations almost the same number. So once I get there, the alert will disappear, as you see. And now we are ready. The plane is one flap, and we are ready to departure. So brakes off, full throttle, and let's fly. As you can see here, the plane is checking itself and the settings: seat belts, no smoking, ground spoilers armed, all this stuff. And this plane feels like a truck. And we are in the air. So basically the most important thing here is to get your throttle back to the CL. Now with my joystick, sometimes it's tricky. And now it's set. When you see the throttle to climb, this means that now the plane is controlling the speed, the climb, and the navigation. So basically you can sit back and enjoy the flight. Flaps to 0. Landing gear is up, okay. And we set the altitude to 24,000 here. And the plane will follow all this plan. Now, for any reason, if you are in the air and you see anything changed here, for example, if the nav changed to heading, this means that the autopilot got disengaged. What you need to do to get back to the nav, there is no nav button here where you can press. You need to go to the heading itself and press the heading rudder here button. And also when you see the QNH is blinking, this means that you need to set it to standard. We press this and it will go to standard, same at the other station here. And basically we are flying. Let's increase the range to see our flight. Once I'm on the cruise level, I will activate the sim rate to speed up things. And make sure not to mess with the sim rate, because I think, or I noticed that the sim rate has lots of effects on the plane. And guys, why to use SimBrief? I found it more accurate than the EFB, to be honest. Now, my only problem here that when I descend, I don't know how to get to the altitude to be at the accurate level to get the glide scope, especially the one at the right, this one here, the horizontal one, the vertical one. So let's check the runway we are heading to. Now I don't know why we are using the procedure. I should have went direct, but that's no biggie. The plane will go behind the runway and will turn. That's fine. Let's go back and the weather is it's 3 temperature Celsius and the Q and H is 1030. You need to set this up once you get close. Runways is the 9L right there, and it's 345 feet above sea level. So I believe maybe 1,500 will be good to catch the glide scope. I don't know if you have a calculated way, guys, just let me know in the comment section. I'm still learning the things here, but yeah. And the Airbus is cool. It looks more advanced when it comes to avionics than the Boeing. Do we have any? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, you just click it. That's weird. Oh, this one is good. Now, because I had some issues with the ILS, I always go to the radio navigation here and make sure that the right ILS frequency is here. Otherwise, you will reach the runway and you will have no ILS signal and you will have to land yourself. So that sucks anyway. So as you can see, once you press the autopilot here, you do nothing beside, you know, getting those curtains down, up, sunscreen, I don't know what they are called anyway. It's lovely plane. My issue with Flight Simulator at the moment that when it's night time, there is no light at the passengers place here. I don't know what's the problem, but they should fix this because I'm so sure that the plane has some lights. Anyway, let's see, and we are at the altitude. Let's add some sim rate so we can speed things up. 1, 2, and 3. Now guys, when you use the sim rate, your FPS will drop, so be careful. This might crash your game if you go too fast. For me, I keep my fingers on the keyboard. If anything about to happen, I will just reduce or decrease the sim rate. And also make sure to turn the sim rate off or get to the normal speed when the plane is making any turns. And too bad we don't have any indicator or sign to show you what speed you are using. So sometimes this will mess up your flight. And I set my descent altitude to get to 2000, maybe 1500, and I want to see if the plane will descend at certain point or not. It should. If we check the flight plan right here, you see that you have a deceleration where the altitude should be 4000. and it didn't, so I will just press the altitude button here, and it will start descending. Now the higher speed you are, the less descent you get. So if you feel that you are not gonna make it, make sure to set your air brakes here at a certain point, or at any point you feel that it will reduce your speed without doing or causing any issues. As you can see, now we are descending at 20 degrees, 21, 22. If I add more spoilers, we will have faster descent. Once you get to 6,000 feet, the barrel will start blinking again, and you will need to press the barrel here to set it again to the destination number, like what we got here. If we check the LFPG and search, and it's 1030, so make sure you remember that. I found a nice thing in here. If you press this video, you will see the plane. There is a camera, I think, behind or outside the cabin, where you can see what's happening there. Of course, nothing happening, but yeah. Okay, let's add some sim rate. "30 nautical miles. We will pass the runway and will come from the other side." And the plane is controlling the speed here, as you can see. And as you can see, guys, we set the QNH to 1030. My dog is getting crazy. I will go with one flap. To reduce speed.
$2,500.
And the plane is leveling now.
$1,000. $500.
More flaps. Activate the LS.
$500. $400.
And as you can see, the diamonds appear for the ILS signals.
$500. 400.
Now when you hear this, guys, this does not mean that you are descending. This means that the terrain below you is getting higher or lower, so don't panic. Now we are coming to the runway. As you can see, I didn't touch the joystick, only when I took off. So the plane now is aligning with the runway, and as you can see, we have a diamond here. Let me zoom in. One here and one here. The plane will try to align with those once we set our approach mode right here. As you can see, we have a localizer here, and the plane, once you get the localizer with a star, this means that the plane is getting the signal and will start to align with the signal. Also, you have autopilot 2 here, where you can land, where the autopilot will land the plane. So I will press that and the plane will land. Now horizontally we are still not getting the signal. We are below the signal, but once we come close, this will drop and the plane will start descending. Full flaps. At this point you should have a full flaps with the required speed to land. And as you can see, the diamond here start dropping. Once it reached our altitude, the plane will start descending. Right there, and we are descending now. Once we touch down, I will set the throttle to idle. To reduce speed, make sure you set your auto brakes to medium.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, retard.
And full brakes. And we need to get out of the runway. This is why I told you to set this option here to yes, because you will not be able to move the plane if it's set to no. and we stop right here. And this is it, guys, for today's video. I hope you find it useful. This is by no means is a real procedure for the flight. As I said before, I'm no pro, not a real pilot. I only get the job done this way. Please subscribe, like the video. If you have any comments, any question, any information about this, please let me know in the comment section. Until next time, stay safe, keep flying, and we'll see you the next one. Peace.